Hello and welcome to the best move. I am sorry that I haven't uploaded a video in the past month, but I was very busy. I also had an accident with my hand here, so I couldn't really find the time to create a new video. But I have many ideas for the future and this is one of them. So in this video I will create a tier list of the 16 cards in the Onitama base game. And please let me know in the comments if you like this idea or not. Maybe I can create a tier list about the other cards from the expansions of Onitama. But for now, let's start with these 16 cards. The first card is the Boar, and in my opinion the Boar is a very strong card. It can move forward vertically and it can create horizontal pawn structures, which is very strong in Onitama. So that's why I put the Boar in the A tier. Next up we have the Cobra, and I don't really like the Cobra card. I think it belongs to the C tier, and also it has its counterpart the Eel, so I put the Eel in the C tier too. What I like about it is the horizontal move possibility, but in many cases it is just not very good. I would rather have another diagonal card instead of that. The next card is the Crab. And the Crab is an okay card. It is very similar to the Boar, but the way it creates pawn structures horizontally is not very good in my opinion, because you have to keep your pawns very far from each other, and that's not very beneficial, so that's why I put the Crab in the B tier. Next we have the Crane, and I don't really like the Crane at all, so I put the Crane in the C tier. Sometimes it can be good to remaneuver your pieces with those two diagonal backward moves, but it doesn't help you very much to create pawn structures or to develop your pieces. It doesn't have many forward options, so I think it belongs to the C tier. Our next card is the Dragon, and in my opinion the Dragon is a situational card. I feel like in the opening it can lead to some very nice tactics when you can win a piece, and also in the end game it can lead to some strategies where you put your master on the edge of the board with the idea of jumping in with the dragon later on. But in most cases, when there is a tense game in the middle and we are both developing, the dragon simply doesn't work. So that's why I put it in the situational category. It can be a game-winning card, but also a game-losing card. It is very difficult to give it away, so I think it is situational. Our next card is the Elephant, and I think the Elephant is a strong card. I put it in the A tier, because it can create pawn structures just like the Boar, and it has two possible moves in both diagonal ways forward. It has 4 options, so it is a very solid A tier card. Our next card is the Frog, and I find the Frog and its counterpart the Rabbit better than the Cobra and the Eel, so I think these two cards belong in the B tier. Both have 3 options, but the 2 square jump sideways could be very strong. I lost many games because of that jump, and in the end game it can create some messy remaneuvering, just as in the game I showed against IP-Man 84. Also the Rabbit and the Frog can create pawn structures in a diagonal way, so they are definitely stronger than the Cobra and the Eel, but they are not the strongest options in my opinion. Next up we have the Goose and its counterpart the Rooster, and in my opinion these two cards are the strongest cards in the base game, so that's why I put these two cards in the S tier. They have 4 move possibilities, which is very good. They can create pawn structures in 2 different ways. They are just very good cards, and I am always happy to have them in my 2-card collection. And also I am very happy if somebody plays the Rooster instead of a Rabbit or a Cobra against me, so that's why I put those cards in the S tier. Next up we have the Horse and its counterpart the Ox, and in my opinion these are the worst forward moving cards in the game. I really don't like them at all. One could argue that you can create pawn structures vertically with these two cards, but that's very rarely the case, so I put these cards in the C tier. Our next card is the Mantis, and the Mantis is a very good card. In my opinion, it can move diagonally in both ways forward, and I was thinking a lot about this card because in my previous version of this video, which I recorded like a month ago, I put this card in the A tier, but now I feel like it is more like a B tier card. I love the opportunity to move backwards with it, but I think that the monkey is a stronger card, and I put the monkey in the A tier because it can create pawn structures in both diagonal ways. However, what I don't really like about the monkey is that it is very easy to calculate. So with the monkey you only have diagonal moves, and that's why you cannot change the color of the square you are on with it. So in many games I like the Mantis better than the monkey, because you can remaneuver your pieces with this backward move. And our last card is the Tiger, and I'm sure that you all know where to put this card. The Tiger is a situational card, because in the early game you can have very nice pressure with the Tiger, and you force your opponent to develop in a certain way, but in the end game the Tiger is just terrible. I won countless games with the Tiger, but not in a way that I jumped in and won a piece, but I gave it away so my opponent won't have enough move possibilities to defend against my attack. So I love to have the Tiger, of course, because it is a strong card, but in many cases in the end you win games by giving it away and hoping that your opponent won't give it back soon. So yeah, the Tiger is a situational card, but a very interesting one. So that was the tier list of the 16 cards of the Onitama base game. If you liked this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you soon in the next video. Goodbye!